Disciplines alone won't get you to where you want to get. And even if you think that it will, and maybe you have got there, you'll still feel miserable. When you base all of your life only on disciplines, it's a great first step, but before actually that step, there's a previous step you need to take, which is acceptance. Because if you only be based on discipline and you won't accept yourself, so even if you got to that goal that you have for yourself, you'll feel bad, you'll feel miserable. The reason is pretty simple, because if you're all about disciplines and persistence and all that, amazing. But you need to understand that if you don't accept yourself, who you are right now, not basically say, okay, only if I get here, then I'll accept myself. Or only if someone else will say something, then I'll accept myself. If you don't accept yourself for who you are right now, you can't be happy with whatever you'll get to or with, okay? Because even if you get there, but you won't be accepting for yourself, so you put another big goal, you'll get also there, but you still won't accept yourself, and you'll just go through this spiral again, through your whole life. Now you need to understand that accepting yourself doesn't mean that, okay, I'm fine with doing nothing. I'm fine. No, it's accepting where you are, who you are right now, accepting and believing in yourself, in everything, and in the beauty that you have. Use that beauty, those skills to move forward, and whatever it is that you need to work on, all good, work on that, but you must accept yourself. If we go back a few years, I remember going to my friend. Now this is a friend that I know for a while, okay? I know them, I don't remember exactly from when, but for a really long time. I think it was from kindergarten. Anyways, I go to this friend and I meet his father. I'm like, hey, how you doing? Good. And we start talking, this day-to-day things, nothing special. And then I don't know if it was my friend's idea or his father. He's like, hey, yeah, I want to talk with you. And I'm like, about what? He's my father's friend. We're not like best buddies. But I said, okay, all good. Let's go and talk. So he's like, okay, let's go to that room. And I'm like, what? Let's talk. No, come. We'll talk in that room. So now I was really curious, scared, anxious. Like I wasn't sure, like, what does he want to talk to me about, and why do we need to go to the room to talk about it? Let's talk on the couch. I was like, okay, something over here is weird, but I love the family. I love the people, and I went with the flow. And he did for me an exercise that can really, really help you. It for sure help me, and I could guarantee you, it would also help you. And the reason he did it to me is because I'm a person of always, disciplines persist, discipline. And he told me, yeah, here, take a pen and paper. I was like, okay. Writing down, what? And he's like, okay, write down all the skills you have, all the capabilities you have. Everything, write down, everything. Okay? What do you think about yourself? What do people think about you? But all the good things. So I'm like, okay. Writing, and then he's like, now if there are things that you need to improve, also you could also write them there, but from a positive place. So write down all the beauty that you have, all the things you want to improve in life, everything write down. And then he's like, well, okay, for now that's enough. I'm like, okay. And then he says, well, I want you now to give me an answer. And I'm like, answer what? He didn't ask a question. He said, wait 1 second. I want you to give me an answer, but the first number that comes to your head, you're going to say that number, okay? No thinking. I'm going to ask you a question, you're going to answer right there on the spot. No thinking in between. I was like, cool, let's do it. So he was saying, yeah, you're based on whatever you wrote about yourself right now, all of your qualities, all of your beauty, all of your skills, everything. Rate yourself with a number from 1 to 10, rate. And I was like 6, 7. And he's like, are you sure? You wrote all these things about you. You're sure you're giving yourself 6 or 7? And I'm like, I think I was 6. And then he was, this is your number. And I'm like, why? Is it too high? Too low? Do you want me to lower it? He's like, I didn't ask you what I think. I asked you, what did you say? You said 6, 7, that's your number? I'm like, yeah, that's my number. And he was like, okay, next question. Also, you answer on the spot. You don't think. whatever comes up. Same qualities, same capabilities, whatever you wrote, but it's a different person, it's your friend, give him a rate. And I was like 9. And then he told me, listen to yourself. Same exact qualities, same everything, the same thing. But when it was you, you gave yourself a 6, 6.5, 7. But when it was your friend, you said a 9. How can that be? It's the same exact person. And I was like, wow. Because I'm basically not accepting all of the beauty that I have in me. If I would accept it, I'll also have access to it. When I have access to it, so I'll be in a much better place because I'm not basically defining myself on something I'll be able to achieve someday. I'm seeing the beauty that I have already in me. And that would give me power to persist and continue and, have disciplines towards my goals. But I won't tie my self-worth to them because I accept myself for who I am right now. Yes, I have work to do, I have work to improve, but I accept myself. And that was a really, really big lesson for me. And one of the reasons it was a big lesson for me was because, I was dating back then, and I was meeting a lot of girls. Each time, of course, a different one, not at the same time. And I realized the reason I wasn't able to connect is because I wasn't connected to myself. You can only connect to a human being to the level that you're connected to yourself. So that was only one of the things that really helped me with. But then, many times when I came to judge myself and to criticize myself, because as you know, we're our own worst judge, I was like, wait, if it was a friend of mine, would I judge him like that? Would I criticize him like that? And many times the answer will be no. Now, don't get me wrong. When you're on the path and you're committed to your path and you're disciplined and you're committed and you're moving forward, there will be times that you'll do mistakes. And that acceptance doesn't mean, great job, continue with those mistakes, do even more mistakes. No. It means, okay, I did something wrong. I did something that is not good. Hi, I hope this video is serving you. I just want to share with you that my belief in life is that you are here to serve a purpose greater than yourself. But in order to do that the best way, you must start with investing in yourself. Enjoy the rest of the video. Not good, okay? I'm not saying it's good. But now, what can I learn from it? So instead of, criticizing yourself because you're really your own worst enemy, you'll never criticize someone the way you criticize yourself. Now, maybe that's not maybe, usually it's an inside voice. Sometimes we're not also aware of it. Sometimes we're really aware of it. But the point is that when you accept yourself and you say, okay, I did a mistake, I'm not saying great, but I am saying yes, great to the lessons that you're going to learn from that mistake. Acceptance is really important. But if you only accept yourself and you don't move forward, eventually you won't accept yourself because you'll feel really bad that you're not doing anything. Now, if you're trying, not working, try again, it's probably hard because you feel stuck. But if you keep on trying, you'll find your path, okay? It will happen. And that path might later on, merge to a different path and a different path. But you must have that discipline, for sure, to continue and be persistent, because if you do something for one time, it won't work. You must be disciplined. Have that as a way in life. A friend spoke to me once about a diet. He knows I read a lot about nutrition and things like that, and I also practice myself. And I told him, if you want to talk to me about diets, I'm not your person. I don't believe in diets. I think they're worth nothing. I think it's the worst thing you could do for yourself. And he was like, what? Why are you saying that? I wasn't expecting to hear that from you. And I'm like, yeah, because you need disciplines, and a diet is not something you'll usually continue with. But if you change your mindset to, okay, this is a way of life, now it would help you to be much more disciplined. And if, let's say, one time you fall, when you fall one time, it's all good. You accept it, you get up, you understand that the main part of disciplines is continuing even when you fail, okay? Because if you fail, and that would be not the excuse to stop everything, so it's not worth it. But when you have the disciplines and the acceptance, so when you fail, you say, okay, I fell. It's a way of life now I want to live. It's not just a one-time diet. It's a way of life I want to have with my relationship. It's a way of life I want to have in my business. And right now I fail. Okay, not good. But because you accept who you are, you accept yourself, you give yourself feedback, not criticism. And you ask yourself, what can I learn, okay? Because like we said, you have a lot of the beauty that is there already in you, and many times we don't see it, and even if we see it, we only see a small part of it, because the more we work on ourselves through life, we see more and more of that. Now, for any of you that heard the word work and they're like, oh my god, work, I'm too tired with work. You're working anyways. Whether you're working on something that would get you someplace that would make your life worse, or you're working on something that will help you rise and make your life in the life of people around you much better. But anything worthwhile in life requires work into it. Okay, if you just got something with no work, you won't really appreciate it. So back, when something happens and you fail, or you succeeded something, when you have that self-discipline and the acceptance, so when you fail, you tell yourself, okay, I failed, something's not good, give that space for a minute, then what can I do to move forward? What is the lesson that I have over here? Because in each situation, in each part of life, in each experience, there's a lesson for us. So you ask, what's a lesson in order to move forward? So you keep on with persistence, but out of acceptance, because only when you accept, you can move forward. If you don't accept yourself, you'll beat yourself up, telling, yeah, I want to be good, and that's why I'm beating myself up, and that's why I'm criticizing myself, because I want to be perfect. Crap, okay? You can use that type of energy sometimes, but just for a short amount of time. Long run, it won't help. So that's when you fail. But also when you so-called succeed, when you're disciplined and you accept yourself, so you say, okay, I succeeded, amazing. By the way, go celebrate with yourself or with someone that you care about, that success. But when you're disciplined, you understand that that's another, it used to be your goal, now it's another stone on your path, okay? That would help you move further, and then you set your next goal. Because if you have this success one time and you stop, you'll just feel much worse after, because you said, wow, in the past I got there, today I'm just stuck here. So when you have that self-discipline, you'll continue forward also after celebrating that success. And when you accept yourself, so you also understand that, wow, amazing for who I am today, for the success that I have, for all the goals I have achieved, but I also know that there's much more beauty in me, and I want to continue and achieve even more. So you must have self-discipline and commitment, okay, in order to continue, but you also must accept yourself, okay? It's not this or that, it's both. It's persistence, it's self-discipline mixed together with acceptance. Only then you're not tying your self-worth based on someone else, on something else. You're accepting where you are right now, and you realize that there's much more beauty to be discovered and to be unfolded. So you be persistent, and you'll go through that path to find even more in that. But again, all that's together with the acceptance, and then you create a much more better life for you and for the people surrounding you, because you will be in a good place. When you're in a good place, even if you don't do anything to anyone else, you just walk around them, but you have much more light around you, and then that would light your path, and again, the path of the people surrounding you. Hi, I hope you enjoyed the video and you got some tools to overcome your challenges and light your path. For us to help other people, please press that thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And don't forget that the most amazing things in life are the one you take for granted.